Welcome to the Daily Boogie.
The miracle of Alabama. Roy Moore's defeat greeted in Trump-weary Europe. So we're now to, ladies and gentlemen, do not be alarmed. Alabama is now part of Europe. Okay? Do not be alarmed. Do not adjust your monitors. Roy Moore's defeat in the Tuesday special election may have come as a relief to liberal Americans, but in Europe... This is Australian journalism. I'm sorry. but in Europe, it was taken as a sign that the United States has not totally lost its moral compass. This is coming from Europe. You know, they only banned a German techno street festival, I think about 5 years ago, because there was way too many people having like open sex on the street during the day when the music was playing. It's like, oh, sorry guys, we've got to ban it because, you just can't stop fucking in public. And all the heroin junkies would come out and, just play techno for like 5 days. Thank God Roy Moore lost. You Americans, at least you still have some of your moral compass. It's like, thank you very much, Europeans. Oh, look out. Here's another boat coming ashore. Let's just put our little girls on the beach to save some time. We have a moral compass. That was their opening paragraph, by the way. In Europe, it was taken as a sign that the United States has not totally lost its moral compass. Aussie here too. Oh, yeah, Perryverse. Thanks for joining us. Fellow Aussie bro, ladies and gentlemen. Got to look after the fellow Aussies. Perryverse, apparently, people are either repulsed by our accent or they enjoy it. So if you Periscope Perryverse, people should follow Perryverse and decide which Australian accent he has. An enjoyable one or a fucking bad one. The 2016 election victory of President Donald Trump, who is deeply unpopular across Western Europe. Deeply unpopular. Deeply. See, because when you put deeply in front of it, it means more. It means more of unpopular. Who is deeply unpopular across Western Europe, appears to have severely damaged the United States' status as a role model in Europe. Now, come on. Come on. I don't know how many of you guys have been to Europe or know Europeans. They will tell you, 99 people out of 100 people in Europe will tell you that they can't stand Americans. Europeans have never put, the United States as a role model in Europe. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but the anti-American fervor in big European cities is palpable. They hate American tourists. People in Europe, this idea that people in Europe hold America up as a role model. I mean, look at their stance on things like guns and stuff, right? They're not very pro-gun. They're not very pro-speech. They're all for lax immigration controls. They're probably further down the socialist kind of path in education systems and stuff than America is. Not probably, if you look at places like Sweden and stuff. So, we hold America up as a role model. It's like, bullshit. Pull the other one, it plays Jingle Bells. Democrat Doug Jones's victory over Moore, a Republican, just in case you didn't know, ignorant Australian reader, who was dogged by allegations of sexual misconduct involving teenage girls decades ago in Alabama special election to fill a US Senate seat, was interpreted by many in Europe as a reversal for Trump and a sign that not all is well across the Atlantic. Not all is well. In Europe, and Alabama is now in Europe, as you know. Fritza, thanks for joining us. Good to see you again. In Europe, the Alabama election result was widely seen as, quote, notable setback for President Donald Trump. In the words of France's liberal Liberation newspaper. Wow, if we're gonna talk liberal, if we're gonna talk like liberal, then French liberal is about as liberal as it gets. You know, I don't know too many liberals around the world that will cut the head off a king just to prove how tolerant they are, but the French are it, ladies and gentlemen. Wheel out Le National Razia. Let's show these headless freaks who's the most tolerant of them all in France. Its centre-left competitor, Le Monde, declared the result, quote, referendum about Trump's political agenda. And Britain's Financial Times agreed that it was, quote, a big blow for Trump. That sentiment was perhaps most pronounced in Germany. What a surprise. Where confidence in Trump has been even lower than in France and Britain. The centre-left German weekly Die Zeit. It's not centre-left. See, it's centre-left in Germany because it would be fucking Marxist everywhere else on planet Earth. There is no right-wing in Germany, really. Really. Because, like, to be right-wing in Germany post-World War II, you got to understand, like, the Overton window in Germany. To be any kind of conservative right-winger in Germany since World War II is to basically be a Nazi. So it's been completely demonized for 60, 70 years. So centre-left in Germany, apply that to America, that's basically like hardcore socialist. Hardcore. Framed the defeat as the miracle of Alabama. Writing in the conservative German newspaper, again, remember what I just said, so their conservatives are like Greens Party. The Welt, Clemens Vergen, said that the victory was, quote, victory of Jones shows America has changed since Trump's election. Oh, how controversial. How right-wing of her. Victory of Jones shows that America has changed since Trump's election. Merkel has to now do Trump's job in Europe. What's that? What's Trump's job in Europe? Poor Merkel. Poor Angela. She's only been in charge for like 12 years. The poor Angela. She's got it so tough. Nobody likes her. She's still a leader. It's not fair. Many people in Alabama want to send a message to the world. America is still able to show a tolerant and cosmopolitan face. What's a cosmopolitan face? I don't know.